don't know how to describe this.
Yeah, it seems like Bridget's getting really affected by this experiment.
He's here. I don't want to do this anymore.
Is this place a portal to hell?
Whoa! I feel like someone's behind me now.
He believes that you're demonic. So this should really piss you off.
Hello.
Well, hello, Katrina. So I'm calling you because I'm currently driving through Sycamore, Ohio. The reason being, my friend Dave, who's like a kind of a lifelong friend, he actually was my nanny. He's worked with my family on and off for years. He bought an old church, turned it into his house, and is instantly regretting it because there's all sorts of weird activity.
Really? When did they buy?
He actually bought the house within the last year, sight unseen.
I have so many questions about that. That's a dramatic purchase to make.
Right? I mean, to me, it feels a little bit like some kind of horror film. Like the house bought itself and called to us.
What's been happening?
From what Dave told me, shadow figures, weird vibes. The piano will play on its own. You know, just your bog standard, poltergeist activity. It kind of came together last minute, and I figured maybe while you're back home, you could be the kind of my research queen.
I love that. I can definitely get on it. I'll let you know if I find anything that's interesting.
Awesome. And I will report back to you.
All right, cool.
So I'm actually approaching the house as we speak, and there is a giant cemetery right in front of the house.
Wow.
Wow, okay, I'm here now. Wow, Dave really made this place creepy. All right, I'll be in touch.
All right, I'll see you later.
Bye. This church has never been investigated for TV before. And this kind of came together really quickly, and Dave and Bridget said it was urgent and couldn't wait. I mean, Katrina couldn't even make it out here, so this will be my first solo investigation. Cemetery headstones everywhere, and then a giant steeple, so yeah, it's got all the markings for a good haunting. Dave!
Jack Osborne.
How are you, sir?
Come on in out from the cold. Meet Bridget and Cheeto.
Hi, Bridget.
Hi.
Nice to finally meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Hug it out. Let's hug it out. Hi,
this
Cheeto.
is Cheeto.
Hi.
So yeah, this is our little world here, the Enchanted Church. Basically found it online. We put it in an offer sight unseen.
That's very trusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we pulled up, I was like, oh, so we bought this.
Did you mention the graveyard?
I didn't expect it to be that close,
Yeah.
like across the street.
And what's with all the antiques?
20-something years, we've both been pickers. So we go
Okay.
out and we find cool stuff for people, and we sell it, and we accumulate a lot on the way for ourselves.
What's been happening here? And when did it start?
The first night that we actually stayed in the church, we were sleeping in the bedroom, and I woke up at like 3 a.m., right at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden I hear a man singing, a young man singing. And he was singing a Frank Sinatra song. It was really cool, really cool.
Right on.
But scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are a believer?
A total believer, yes.
Okay. Have
Yeah.
you had experiences aside from, living here? And
Oh, yeah, my
Okay.
whole life.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. I telepathically can hear them talk to me sometimes.
So who or what do you think is here?
I think it's Jeff, the man that lived here prior. I think that he kind of has like a connection because he was here, I believe, over 10 years.
The owner knew that something was wrong because the rent was late.
When we walked into the church for the first time, I was like, there's someone here and I don't think they want us here. So.
You want to give me the grand tour?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were sleeping in the bedroom back here,
Okay.
but I heard a man singing from over here.
Okay.
Almost I thought somebody might have broken in.
Oh,
Because it
interesting.
was so clear.
Yeah.
The man that sold us the church, he said that the guy that lived here, Jeff, was a big Frank Sinatra fan.
Okay. What's with the coffin right there?
So us being pickers, we inquired the skeleton.
Oh, is that real?
That's the real deal.
Wait, and you guys are wondering why he's this is why your place is haunted. All right, guys, case closed. Wrap it
That
up.
brings us to the next story.
Actually, that brings us to the next story, which I think will blow your mind. Okay, so it's 3 p.m, and I go through the first front doors, and as I'm opening the door, I hear the piano going off.
Okay.
And I could see the piano keys moving, and I see a shadow figure that's probably like 8-9 feet tall. I've never ran so fast in my life. I leaped over the stairs outside, and I started running down the street.
I was leaning in the car, and she's coming out. She's like, Dave, we're out of this place. We're selling this place. I'm done. No. She's like, I'm not going in that back. I'm not going back in there.
When you saw this figure, could you make out any details, or you just saw like a humanoid?
It was very like rounded and tall, but it looked like static electricity.
Yeah.
It was black, but it had like static to it. Like you could see through it. I could see the piano.
Yeah.
I could see the chair. I could see everything that was behind it.
When was this?
About a month ago?
Oh, wow.
So that's around the same time you guys brought this skeleton into the house?
Yeah.
Do you feel like it is associated with the skeleton, or do you think it was just I think it's associated with the building?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's kind of why I'm hoping like you can say, hey, this is what's going on. I mean,
Yeah.
I really want answers of what that was.
It's a lot of things that stood out to me. And you got the fact that this place is so old, 1885, right across the street from a cemetery. And so there is a lot. I mean, for me, I think the biggest I think some of the things that are going on here are being amplified by maybe some objects that are being brought in. Can we go to the basement?
Let's go down there. So yeah, the basement was actually built in 1921. They added it later for a Sunday school.
Oh.
I came down here and I was cleaning, and from that area over there, I heard a growl.
Really?
And when I heard it, I was like, I didn't hear that.
And it wasn't a dog, it wasn't like a...
No, we had him, but he doesn't do anything. Our assistant said that there was a lot of shadow figures
Oh,
when
interesting.
she was down here. I've seen a shadow figure in there one time, but it amped back up when we got that skeleton.
When Jeff came over, we were using the ghost box.
What's Jeff's relation to you guys, by the way?
He's just a good friend of mine. He busted out one of his boxes, and that's when we were kind of down here just, messing around with it. And we asked, should we go up to the loft? And it said straight up, no.
Why do you think it didn't want you to go to the loft?
I just don't know.
Did you guys go to the loft?
Oh, yeah, immediately.
Should we go to the loft now?
Yes.
I guess we'll go.
Okay. The loft.
Here it is.
We just recently started staying up here because it's been really cold. We've had some pretty strange things happen. We've had where the pictures over here are kind of like knocking, like moving.
Oh, interesting. I mean, do you guys feel like whatever is here is driving you away?
Well,
There's
maybe
a
that's
light.
why we called you. Is it something we brought in? Is it cool? Is it not cool with us?
I mean, do you want it to stop, or do you just want to know what it is?
As long as they're not going to do anything to my dogs and me or Dave, I'm cool with it.
Is there anywhere else that we gotta hit?
There's like a bell tower, so they have
Yes.
the original bell and everything is up there.
Huh. Slightly terrifying. Oh, wow. Oh, holy.
That's the bell right above you.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's the original bell that came with the church.
And so 1885, that bell?
But actually, it's before that.
Alrighty. Well, you got a pretty cool church, Dave.
Yeah. So Jeff is coming to talk to you.
Okay. And is this the Jeff that didn't die here?
No, yeah, this is the alive Jeff. He's the
Okay.
one with the ghost box. So we'll go downstairs and meet up with him.
All right, cool.
Cool.
I was very intrigued by the stories that Dave and Bridget have been sharing with me. I'm wowed. I think it's just time to kind of roll our sleeves up, do a deep dive into some research, try and figure out how and what we're going to investigate. I'm going to meet with Jeff Fent, who is a paranormal researcher himself, and get a better understanding of kind of what his experience has been here and what he thinks is going on. What's your background as it pertains to the paranormal?
About 22 years of investigating.
Okay. So when did you first come here?
Right after they got the keys.
Okay.
We needed to fix the church bell rope. So I got rope, came back, and when I came back, I brought back a spirit box.
Okay. So you dove right on in.
We dove right on in.
And...
Well, we needed to find out if anything was here, and Bridget said it's that type of place. It was pretty quiet, but 2 or 3 times it said Jeff. And Bridget made the comment, oh, they know you. And I'm like, I'm not so sure that they know who I am.
Yeah.
And after that happened, Bridget Skype videoed with the person that she's buying this place from and asked that guy, what is the name of the previous person that lived here? And his name was Jeff. I don't think it was about me, the spirit box was saying the name Jeff. I think Jeff was letting us know who was here.
Do you feel whatever's here is negative?
I don't think it's negative. I think that Jeff's still here. But the other thing that I was a little concerned about was Mr. King, the reverend that built this church.
Okay.
When he built this church, it was not meant to be used as a residence. It was always to be a church.
How do you know that?
It's on the deed.
On the deed, interesting.
Yes, the deed stated. The statue stands right across the street. He's pointing at the church, although his arm's not there anymore, but you can tell that he was pointing at it. My concern was, and so was Bridget's, was that maybe Mr. King didn't accept the fact that people were living here and it wasn't being used for what he intended it for.
Could feel like it's being disrespected kind of thing.
Yes.
Now, do you think that the cemetery is directly affecting the hauntings in here?
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that some of the objects in here could be either amplifying the energy or bringing stuff in with it?
I've noticed a major difference since that skeleton's been brought in.
Oh, interesting.
And the vibes seem different in here.
Okay.
But there is something going on here.
Yeah.
And it'd be really neat if you could figure it out for him.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate you coming out.
You're welcome.
Jeff was kind of giving me some info on where he has had the most activity with a ghost box and where he's felt the most off. That kind of points me in the right direction.
And the fact that one of the original founders of this church is buried right across the street is crazy.
Born April 19th, 1826, died July 4th, 1897.
Could he be one of the entities here? Is he upset that this place is no longer being used as a church? I don't know yet, but...
It's definitely some interesting things to show, Katrina. Bunch of stuff. Katrina.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
All right, took a look at some of the notes. Pretty interesting stuff so far.
Yeah.
The thing about bringing a real skeleton like that into your home is that you just have no idea about its history. You know, and I've been looking into this, and there were secret societies and different occult groups that would use skeletons like this in their rituals and practices. So we have to begin to wonder, is that what this is?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've got the graveyard, you've got this being a church, so it's kind of a spiritual geyser, if you will. And, like, I mean, I'm literally 10 feet away from a full human skeleton in a box.
Like, it doesn't surprise me that this place would have some very strange things going on.
It sounds like the skeleton might be a good place to start.
Okay.
And Bridget, has she had experiences before moving in here?
Yes, she's very open-minded to the field of paranormal.
So we have a very, very sensitive woman collecting as many spiritually charged items as she possibly can.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be haunted, you know? I'd be really curious though, when you do your night investigation, are you planning to bring in Bridget at all?
Yes, now that you mention it, what if we leave her in here, like, and let her do her thing?
I would totally try it. There does seem to be kind of a magical ingredient once you start throwing in Bridget.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I will certainly keep you on speed dial.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
You know, I'm actually kind of nervous to be doing this investigation solo. There's something off about this place, but what it is, who the hell knows?
I'm picking up some real darkness here.
Tim Shaw. How are you, sir?
How are you, Jack?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing?
Good. Good to see you again, brother.
Good to see you too. Tim Shaw is coming in hot, and there's no way in God's green earth that he's gonna know a single thing about where he's going. So what's the first thing that's like hitting with you?
It feels as if that there's something dark. There's something a little dark here, a little bit more. It's a male, a collar that's very, very tight, dressed in black. And it just feels like he's here. It feels like he's here, and I'll be honest with you, he's not happy. He feels that this is desecrated.
It was always to be a church. Maybe Mr. King didn't accept the fact that people were living here and it wasn't being used for what he intended it for.
Also, I'm getting a name, I get a J sound. Zh. So you may have several different eras in here.
Okay.
I'd love to see this place. This is
is
a great little place.
Come roam.
They're telling me the dead man sings here.
Interesting.
It's like they're hearing a voice, but they're saying that. That's what I'm getting. The first thing that comes into my mind, the dead man sings here.
We were sleeping in the bedroom back here,
Okay.
but I heard a man singing from over here.
This is something that they keep saying over and over and over again, which is indicative that this in this area may not be residual. This could be intelligence. Also, in a bedroom, what are they talking about a bedroom? Something looks down at me. Something looks down at me in a bedroom. They're looking down. Something looks down like that. Oh, is that what I think it is? Wait a minute.
That is real.
You don't have to be a psychic medium to know that stuff like this can affect the atmosphere in which you live.
Yes. Are you picking up on anything with it?
If I had it, I don't know if I would keep it inside my house.
Oh, okay.
That would be a piece I would have to go and cleanse. I'm talking about putting some salt in there. I would even go as far as to take this to a priest to have this blessed.
Interesting.
May not be negative. It could be like a very, very strong positive energy to it. But it feels as if there's a lot of strength to that.
So we still have to cover the loft.
Oh, this is cool. I feel that there's the knockings come from up here. I feel that I'm hearing like a knocking. I'm hearing like something trying to get somebody's attention up here.
Yeah.
We've had where the pictures over here are kind of like knocking, like moving.
Oh, interesting.
It feels as if there's a lot of sorrow that's attached to the desanctification, decommission of this facility. You come up here to get away, to hide. That's the way it feels.
Should we head to the basement?
Let's head to the basement.
All right.
Lead on, my friend.
All right.
Ooh. Wow, hold on, Jack. Like right here. I'm walking. Right here, I get it. Right in the solar plexus. Something that's a little bit darker. It feels sad here. This feels a little iffy.
A little heavy?
Yeah. In this little area here, I feel it's like an EMF. That's the way it feels to me, yeah. Whereas, like over there is got a strong lower like vibration to it, where you can almost it almost feels as if it's like trying to reach out to you.
Yeah.
I came down here and I was cleaning, and from that area over there, I heard a growl. And then our assistant said that there was a lot of shadow figures
Oh,
when
interesting.
she was down here.
All right, let's go on up.
This has got a lot of stuff going on in here. As someone who collects a lot of haunted objects, you've got a lot of stuff here that could be the problem. You know, sometimes you bring things into your home that can act up. If you don't respect it, it can come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
But it amped back up when we got that skeleton.
So you think it could be associated with that skeleton?
It could. It's so hard to say.
Tim Shaw hit on so many things like right off the bat. I mean, within the first few minutes, he picked up on a Soft J name associated with this place.
We know the previous owner was named Jeff.
The one thing that's really hit my curiosity is that skeleton. He said that there's a lot of energy, not necessarily negative, but there's a lot of energy coming off of that thing. Like, that dude must be psychic because he did not know any of that before coming in here. Who's walking? There's no one over there?
That was coming from there.
Well, I thought someone was upstairs. If I knock, will you knock back? Oh! Holy like, what the All right, well, we're going to continue on. All right. Okay. We've got cameras set. Tonight, it's going to be a bit of a different investigation. Katrina's not here, so I'm going to basically just kind of take it step by step and just kind of see how things unfold. All right. Let's get stuck in. We are lights out. Very nervous. I don't really like doing the alone in the dark thing. Right here. Anyone here in the church? It'd be really great to meet you. Why is this thing doing that? That's not normal. Nope. That was weird. Is there something here right now? Touch that red light again. Who's the Shadow Man? If you're the Shadow Man, can you come touch that red light? Jeff, is that you? Are you in here with us right now? You seem to like that REM pod. I want you to make it light up for yes and do nothing for no, okay? Is that a yes? Are you the Shadow Man? Anyone's walkie?
No.
Are you mad that Dave and Bridget turned us into their house? Why are you still here? If I knock, will you knock back? Whoa. That was 3 knocks. There's another one. Will you knock once for yes? Are you a man? Is that? Are you in one of these pictures on the wall? Is Peter King here? I mean, there's someone here. There's lots of knocking and tapping in this house right now. I'm gonna go poke around the attic. I'll bring the REM pod and the Mel meter and just see if we get anything. All right. Do a little ghost box. Is anyone up here? Just give me a name. Come on. Been here for all this time. Someone give me a name. Well, this place is creepy. The chandelier spinning? Huh? Oh. Whoa. That wouldn't have been from us. We're in a totally different part of the attic. Whoa. It's like not slowing down. Are you Reverend King? Were you a member of the congregation here? Is it Jeff? Well, who's here? Nothing. Seems like it's died down. All right, so Dave and Bridget just texted me and they're waiting out here. Just gonna let them in. All righty, heading down. Bridget, I think, is way more gifted than she realizes.
I telepathically can hear them talk to me sometimes.
So I'm bringing her in to see how she might react to the space. Could she be one of the reasons there's so much activity here?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, welcome home.
Bridget?
Hey. Hi.
Howdy. Welcome to your house.
Yes, thank you.
All right, how do you feel about doing a sensory deprivation experiment?
Okay.
Whatever just comes to mind. You just blurt it out, let it flow like the Force. The headphones are right here. Here they come. I'll just put them and then you can get them comfy.
You all right, babe? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna head down. Oh.
Will there be music coming from here?
Oh, she's hearing stuff.
My heart's beating really fast. My heart's beating fast, and I keep envisioning a young woman, and she's like running inside, like excited. That's all I keep seeing. She has brown hair. She's like, I don't know how to describe this.
She's got her hand on her chest.
She's screaming at me, like telling me that she didn't mean to go. I don't know what this means. I've just seen, I'm seeing like people just looking at that wall.
Yeah, it seems like Bridget's getting really affected by this experiment. You ever seen her like this?
Well, she's always got like feeling stuff and whatnot. So now that it's like she only has inside to look at, you know, that's even more prominent.
I see this old man that I didn't get to meet him, but I always walked out there and I would see what he would make for his wife. He's here.
Should we pull her out?
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to do it anymore. We'll come up.
I'm sorry.
Bridget,
Yeah,
you all right?
yeah, I'm just a little emotional. I'm sorry.
right,
I just don't want to do that.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Just getting
It
a
was-
little too intense.
It was just weird. It was like,
It's weird when stuff starts popping through, right?
yeah,
It's just like you can tell what's your thought and what isn't.
right. It's just too much.
Yeah?
I can't talk. I can't do this.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
Can you take a minute? Why don't we maybe give you a minute to kind of...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Why don't you guys go take a minute and we can always...
That was too much, babe. Babe. I didn't even know that was possible. He smiled at me and he was with her, and it's just a lot, Dave.
I know.
And I can't stop shaking, and my heart was going like 100 miles an hour.
Well, I'm gonna call it a night.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much,
All right,
Dave.
thank you, Jack.
Hey.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.
See you, Bridget.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
Go get
see you
some
tomorrow.
rest. Doing the deprivation experiment with Bridget, that was pretty poignant. She seemed to be kind of connected into a stream of consciousness and getting impressions from a lot of different spirits. So Bridget could have been connected to any number of people that worked here, worshipped here, lived here. The spirits may be endless. And then you've got a building that was a spiritual house filled with antiques that probably all hold their own energies. It's a bit of a perfect storm. I'm gonna start packing stuff up and head on out for the night, and then come back in the morning and do our review with Dave and Bridget, and hopefully, have something good to tell them. Hey, Katrina, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
There's a lot going on at this place. It's like the 7-layer bean dip of paranormal. It was a building of spiritual significance. It's across the street from a cemetery. And then with Bridget, I think Bridget is highly in tuned. So much so that when we did a bit of a sensory deprivation exercise with her, she just got like flooded with tons of imagery. She maybe only lasted 5 minutes and she started kind of breaking down and crying.
Maybe what we're dealing with Bridget is because she's sensitive, the veil is thinner for her eyes. It seems much more scary to her. Things are going to seem more frequent. They're going to seem more intense. And I think going forward for them, I think it's more about like managing it, not necessarily getting rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she's someone who would probably benefit from having a one-on-one session with some of the psychics we work with.
Yeah.
From learning how to like put up those walls intentionally and break them down if and when she wants to.
Yeah, exactly.
Please tell Bridget and Dave I say hello and sorry I couldn't be there.
For sure, absolutely. Bye. Top of the morning.
Jack?
How we doing?
Morning.
Morning.
Afternoon.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Cheeto.
He says good morning.
All right, so, I mean, you guys were here last night. You kind of got a vibe for like the stuff that was going on, but I want to show you what we captured on camera first, and then I'll kind of talk to you about my theory.
Okay.
All righty. So this is right where we're sat now, as you can see, and we got some interesting stuff with the REM pod, which is right here on the bench of the piano. Why is this thing doing that? That's not normal. It just kept going off. I can't really figure out why. And you'll see it start lighting up different colors. Are you the Shadow Man?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like those kind of random periodic things are always something to kind of look out for. Now, this is when we were coming down from the attic, and this was on the way down. The chandelier spinning? Yeah. The chandelier was just swinging. Does that chandelier swing?
Never.
That thing was just, that thing rocked for a while.
I've never really seen it move, so.
Okay. We brought in a very respected psychic medium. Tim, the psychic medium, when he was doing his walkthrough, he walks in, he starts immediately talking about singing. He's like, there's someone here that likes to sing.
They're telling me the dead man sings here.
Interesting.
That's what I'm getting. The first thing that comes into my mind, the dead man sings here.
And he goes like, yeah, it was like wild. So I was like, oh, okay.
Told you.
He started saying J, a soft J. He was going, there's a J or a G or a, he's like, I'm seeing someone with a name with a J or a G. So it seems like he was picking up on Jeff, the former tenant of this place. He may still be here just because he had such a strong connection with this place. The skeleton, I brought him right over there and I was like, could this be the source of anything evil? He was saying it doesn't necessarily feel evil, but he said there is an attachment and I would have it blessed numerous times. So he said there is someone that's pissed off that this is a house and not a church. I also spoke with your friend Jeff.
Okay.
I found out a little bit of information on this church.
It was not meant to be used as a residence. It was always to be a church.
How do you know that?
It's on the deed.
You know, I thought it was kind of odd. Perhaps Mr. King is still here and isn't happy this place is no longer a church. You know, this place was, it was a spiritual focal point for people for over 100 years. And then you're dealing with a place of rest across the street, and then you got the fact that you're bringing in a ton of antiques, not to mention a real human skeleton. They could have all sorts of different attachments. You've got like a double-double with cheese going on here. And then kind of, I think the cherry on it all is actually you, Bridget. I think you're way more gifted when it comes to psychic abilities than you might realize. Or maybe you do realize and you just kind of try to push it off to the side.
I'm stubborn about it.
Okay. And I think that you're having all these experiences because whatever is here, you're able to tap into far more than the average person. I mean, we've done that sensory deprivation experiment probably a dozen times over the last few years. And that's the quickest, most kind of abrupt reaction I've seen someone have to it. And it's a thing where I can put you in touch with a couple people that can help you either kind of set your spiritual boundaries to where you're just like, no, and they can help you kind of put up those walls, or if you want to lean into it, they can show you how to do that too. You know, Tim can help. So if that's something you want to explore, I would gladly hook you up.
Okay.
But yeah, this place is cool. I don't think there's anything evil here. I don't think there's anything that you have to worry about. But that's not to say that
we won't bring something in. That's
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, you know, you could find one of those haunted dolls, and next thing you know, Dave's crawling on the ceiling.
I don't know.
I'm just glad that nothing here is like evil and whack, because that's how I was just getting worried. Knock on wood.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, you just might want to, be careful of those haunted trinkets you like to dig up in the, depths of the internet.
It's true.
In my professional opinion, I would say that this place is totally safe to stay. You just have to set your boundaries. Well, guys, thank you so much for letting us invade your house and
thank you.
poke
No,
around.
thank you. Seriously.
This is the perfect example of the complex nature of hauntings. It's rarely ever just one thing. A church is a spiritual portal, no matter what. Now, and it might not necessarily be a portal to hell, but this place is, that's what churches are designed for, to feel closer to God. Well, this episode has been an awful lot of firsts. First time investigating solo. First time investigating a location that I was called to by a friend to investigate. Was it weird? Yes. Is this place haunted? Well, there's something going on, and I don't know how comfortable I would be living here. But that's not my problem. That's Dave and Bridget's problem. So on that note, bye!